G'day guys, Angus here. I used to be that student in high school that would leave absolutely everything till the last minute. I was just such a mega procrastinator. But somehow I would always manage to get the work done on the very last day or the very last minute. So this meant I could do the work, but not until the last minute. And this carried on all throughout high school. And even after high school. 2 years later after high school, I got into entrepreneurship and I started learning about business. And I still had my old habits of procrastination. But this time I was choosing to do the work. It was work I wanted to do, but it just never got done. No one was forcing me to do this. Like, this was my own passion. And I still couldn't do the work. But everything changed once I discovered this new concept. A new concept called dopamine detoxing. Dopamine detoxing has changed my life. Without it, I wouldn't be here making this video for you today. And I'm guessing if you clicked on this video, you struggle with procrastination too. Today, I'm going to be talking to you about why dopamine detoxing is an essential lifestyle change that all young entrepreneurs need to be making. And I'll show you how to start today. If you don't start dopamine detoxing, then you're really putting yourself at a serious disadvantage, because this is the secret to making hard work feel good. By the way, guys, I'm currently doing free coaching calls for young entrepreneurs who want to increase their productivity. So check out the first link in the description and book now. So what is dopamine detoxing? Well, dopamine is a chemical in your brain that gets released to motivate you to do something. Humans used to rely on this dopamine release to know when to eat, to know when to drink, to know when to hunt, to know when to act towards something at all. Big corporations now take advantage of this biological function that's instilled inside of us. Companies like Instagram and TikTok, fast food companies like McDonald's and KFC, they all have a team of scientists that have studied the brain and how the dopamine works. And they manipulate this function inside of us to get you addicted to their substance. All of these companies are built to stimulate our primal desires beyond what they were ever designed for. A few years ago, people in the self-improvement space started to notice this, and they created the movement called dopamine detoxing. And dopamine detoxing revolves around one main concept, and that is instant gratification versus delayed gratification. Instant gratification is when you experience the pleasure or the desire straight away, immediately, without delay. This is when you choose the easy and quick reward right now, usually at the cost of your future self. This is when you're scrolling social media instead of working on your business. This is when you're eating processed junk food instead of cooking yourself something healthy. Yes, it feels good right now, but at what cost is it to your future self? Delayed gratification is when you choose the harder, more difficult, longer task right now, but usually the rewards come later on, and they're usually bigger and better than they would have been if you just chose them instantly. When you start dopamine detoxing, you want to delay gratification as much as you can in your daily life. Delayed gratification is basically the opposite of procrastination. You're doing the hard thing right now so that you can get it out of the way and not think about it anymore. Instead of burdening your future self with more problems, you're actually taking them away. It's kind of like a gift for your future self. Although at the start of this dopamine detox lifestyle change, it can be really hard. We are so used to being entertained and stimulated 24/7. But very shortly, your dopamine levels will return to the normal level they should be at naturally. And the first day is the hardest day. You just got to get past the first day, and then every single day is easier after that. Slowly, the hard and boring things start to become fun again. But how does this relate to entrepreneurship? Well, this is how you make hard work feel good. When you're not dopamine detoxing, when you're stimulated 24/7, the hard work is just unbearable. That's why you procrastinate it. It feels like you're trudging through mud. It feels like you're swimming against the stream. Trying to sit down and write after scrolling TikTok for 2 hours, it's basically impossible. Trying to get up out of bed and go sit at your desk and work after scrolling your phone, no wonder you can't do the work. You'll be surprised of how many problems in your life just come from this thing alone. These high dopamine activities are stealing your focus and your mental energy, which is why you procrastinate. If you keep living like this, you're just handicapping yourself as an entrepreneur. You're making life 100, 1,000 times harder than it needs to be, just for 5 seconds of taste on your mouth when you eat the junk food. I bet you after 20 minutes of scrolling TikTok, you can't even remember more than 5 of the videos that you just watched. You're just letting these big companies fill your mind with garbage and stop you from becoming the best version of yourself. Now, I want you to remember this sentence. Your work should be the most stimulating activity in your day. I'll say that again. Your work should be the most stimulating activity in your day. If there's any other activities in your day which you find way more fun than the work, then good luck. The work will just remain unbearable and you'll keep procrastinating it. If you are unwilling to cut out these other activities in your life to make your progress in business, then I'm sorry to say, but you're probably just not cut out to be an entrepreneur. After you cut out these other activities, the work becomes just as fun as what those activities once were. Actually, I would say it becomes more fun because now you don't have these lingering thoughts of guilt about procrastinating anymore. Instead, you've got thoughts about how your future self is going to benefit because of the work you're doing today. You're going to be successful. Maybe you're generating wealth for your family. You suddenly have positive thoughts while you're doing the most fun thing in your day, rather than procrastinating, scrolling social media, which you call fun, but in the back of your head, you feel guilty about it. Suddenly, the hard work will feel good. Now you don't procrastinate it. You just wake up, you're thinking about work, and you just get straight at it. On a side note, if you're the kind of person that loves playing video games, then you actually are the right kind of person to pursue entrepreneurship, because entrepreneurship is just a video game. It works in the exact same way. You level up, you go on side quests, you work as a team, you have to be creative, you have to solve problems. The only difference is the rewards you get are real. In entrepreneurship, people are actually benefiting from your work. You earn a better lifestyle. Your family will be financially secure because of your hard work. I used to put so many hours into video games back in high school, and I only wonder these days like what I could have achieved if I put those hours into something else. And now we do have something else. As entrepreneurs, we have our business, our new video game to work on. So now we're going to go through 4 ways you can start dopamine detoxing today. The first action step is to eat the frog. What does this mean? It means to do the hardest task first. Imagine these 2 options. Option 1 is you have a delicious cooked meal that you can have for dinner, and then for dessert you have to eat a frog, a disgusting, slimy, wet, ugly frog. And then option B is you get to eat the frog first, and then afterwards you can eat the delicious meal. Which option would you choose? Obviously you would choose the second one, right? You would get the frog out of the way, the disgusting, awful thing, so that you can eat the meal at peace and you're not just sitting there worrying about like how disgusting the frog's going to be while you can't even enjoy the delicious meal that was cooked for you. Well, it's the exact same situation with your business. Right now you're choosing to eat the frog last, and it's just ruining your daily experience. You can't enjoy the dinner if you know that you're eating a disgusting frog after. Or you can't enjoy your day if you know that you're just procrastinating the hardest task for later tonight or whenever. So start eating the frog and waking up and doing the hardest thing first straight away when you wake up. Right after this video, do the task that you've been procrastinating. When you wake up tomorrow morning, do the hardest task that you've got that day. The second action step is to delete social media and video games. If you need social media for your business, then uninstall the app and just use the website version on your computer or on your phone. I technically need social media for my business, but I don't have it installed on my phone. I just use the websites. The websites still give you all the functions that you need, but they're just more annoying to use. They're a little bit slower, but that's actually a good thing, not a bad thing, because that makes you not want to sit there and doom scroll, and it's less appealing to come back and use all the time, so you're not just procrastinating and wasting time. Now with the video games, like I said before, gamers are actually some of the best people that can pursue entrepreneurship. I'm just asking you to commit to this new video game of entrepreneurship and leave the others behind for now, like you have with other video games in the past. And make sure you delete them and don't rely solely on willpower, because when you go back to play them, they won't be there, and you'll have to download them. And hitting that download button and watching it acts as like a last line of defense to hold you back from playing video games again. Channel that energy and that desire straight into business instead of video games. The third action step is for the few of you that struggle with eating junk food. The action step is to either throw away or give away all of your junk food that you've got right now. If you want to avoid wasting food or whatever, feel free to just give it away instead of throwing it out. If you've got like a personal stash of junk food, just go out and put it in the kitchen pantry or the cupboard where your family can eat it and access it so that you don't have to eat it. Or you can give it to your siblings or to a friend. But if you feel weird about it, just take the L and throw it away. I know it seems like a waste, but at this point you've already bought it. So the only difference is you eating it and not eating it. So in one situation you end up healthier, and the other situation you end up unhealthier. So just choose the healthier option and throw out the junk food. Take the L. The fourth action step is to make a habit tracker. This habit tracker is going to help you replace your old habits with new habits that will actually serve you and help you go towards your goals. So we're going to make a table. Across the top, you're going to have 6 columns, and then down on the left, you're going to have just rows going all the way down to the bottom of the page. The rows on the left are going to be the dates. So start with today at the top, not tomorrow, we're going to start today, and just write all the dates until you hit the bottom of the page. And across the top, you're going to choose 3 to 6 new habits, which you're going to start doing every day. Choose some habits that you think will help both with your self-improvement and your business goals. You might choose to add exercise or meditation. I definitely recommend adding Eat the Frog, because this is one of the habits that will help you beat procrastination. I also recommend adding Plan Tomorrow Today as a habit, where you plan the specific work task you're going to be doing tomorrow when you eat the frog. If you can't think of any other habits, you can actually add a anti-habit, which is like don't use social media, don't eat junk food, or don't play video games. And then you tick it off if you didn't do that thing. Once you've got your habit tracker set up, make sure you stick it on your wall somewhere where you can see it all the time. That way you can remember to tick it off each day, and so that you remember your new commitment to this dopamine detox lifestyle. Dopamine detoxing goes a lot deeper than this, and there's a lot more you can do, but this should be enough to get you started. You'll discover all the other little things along the way. If you have any questions about this, ask me in the comments below and I'll answer them as soon as I can. The sooner you implement this, the sooner you will overcome procrastination as an entrepreneur. I think this is one of the biggest changes you can make as an entrepreneur, and it's certainly changed my life for the better. Remember to book a free coaching call if you're an entrepreneur who wants to improve their productivity. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.